And you shouldn't be intimidated by that. You know, it shouldn't be intimidating because you make more money than your husband. They have to be confident in just who you are. And that's really about our mindset. It's really that we have to learn as women not to feel like we can't make money or we can't do things, because there's a man up there who is happy that you can do all those things and he's gonna do it with you.
Thank you for sharing. Appreciate that.
This old man right here is my husband. Excellent. Right there.
You need emotional support. It's too much. We all cannot bombard him like that.
Ladies, I want
We appreciate
a quick comment. I am single. I have been asked for divorce twice. And like one of them were saying, like we need to look into ourselves. Like right now I'm single, I'm enjoying myself, I'm learning about my sexuality, I'm learning from what I did good and from what I did wrong. I'm reading books, I am working on, having my own business, having all my savings and stuff that they were saying, focusing on my faith and believing in all that is important. But what I have seen within my friends is what he's saying. He is my friend and he's married with my gorgeous friend right here. But what he's saying is true. I have male friends that have come to me and said that she's too independent. Because we're proud, because we don't want this, if the guy this, that, and you're looking for little errors to push those guys away. And sometimes they're very good guys.
Yes, true.
And I'm not trying to fight. I'm not trying to fight. It's true. Many of us are doing the right thing.
Yes.
But also when we dig deep in, we also have to see the things that we're doing wrong.
Yes.
And I'm just motivating us as a woman to do the right thing. Listen,
Yes.
God create women and God create men. There's
Yes.
no way that out there's all bad men. No, I believe in God. There are good guys out there. We have to be in the right, we have to be in the right mindset.
Yes, clean up ourselves. Yeah.
One more comment.
Hi, I just wanted to
Hot
add
topic.
to what you just said, because I'm also a woman who's been divorced, and my ex-husband and I have a relationship now where we can talk about things as friends. He's already moved on and I'm happy for him. But it's true what she's saying. We do have to have some introspect, because I'm a writer, and in the process of completing a book, I realized that I was lying to myself, because this fantasized or romanticized idea that I had in my head of what a good wife was supposed to be was not actually the reality. A good woman is not just made up of sugar and spice. We're made up of a lot of hard rough edges and a lot of struggles and a lot of hardships.
True.
And I come from a country where the women are very feisty. And my exposure to that was one where I didn't see a mother who was showing a man that he was needed. Everyone wants to feel needed. It's not simply about wanting them, because we want a lot of things, but what is it that we feel we really cannot and don't want to be without? That is making another person really feel like there is a place in your life for them and making space for them. It's like women who talk about wanting a relationship, but there's no space in her closet for a man to even put his shirt. She sleeps on her whole bed. You don't designate one side of your bed to prepare for that man coming into your life. And I had to learn, but I had to start kind of looking inside and realizing that these things that I was taught as a woman, the things that I normalized, arguing back with a man and always wanting to be up in his face, and these attributes that are so masculine, and I was effeminizing myself. I was losing my femininity in trying to be his equal, instead of honoring my role as female, because that's what I'm created to be, his comfort, not his equal, but equally honored.
I'm sorry, where are you from?
St. Kitts.
St. Kitts.
You know, so I just wanted to say that, like, the attitudes that I see now from young women, it's a lot of, oh, I don't need you, you can't tell me what to do, I don't have to listen to you. Well, if you want a man to protect you, to provide for you, to nurture you, how can this still be the man that can't tell you anything?
Woo! Oh, part 2. That is a book.
We're going to close up now.
Oh.
You see what happened when we let the man speak?
You need to speak again.
Do I hear heat in this room?
You need to speak
Thank you
again.
everyone for
Wake them up.
participating. We're going to wrap this session. We need to have something else, definitely. You know. And
That
I'm
was
going
great.
to
That
hand
was
it to my
amazing.
Co-moderator.
Who will now introduce our keynote speaker for the evening, Dr. Solanges Vivens.
Very nice.
From her humble beginnings as a non-English speaking factory worker to a titan of healthcare entrepreneurship, Dr. Solanges Vivens' story is a testament to the transformative power of determination and education. Channeling the resilience of the turtle, known for its patience and endurance, she shares a life defined by obstacles, triumphs, and unwavering resolve. A trailblazer in the truest sense, Dr. Vivens emigrated from Haiti as a teenager and has since woven a narrative of success that spans 4 decades, breaking barriers in nursing and long-term care administration along the way. In the vanguard of quality healthcare, Dr. Vivens founded Vital Management Team, Long-Term Care Inc. in 1988.
Wow.
Under her leadership, VMT became synonymous with unwavering commitment to quality, reflecting her personal ethos and revolutionizing long-term care service standards. Recognized as one of the 50 most influential minority business persons in America in 2001, Dr. Vivens' exceptionalism shines not only through her entrepreneurial achievements, but also through her academic pursuits. She is an alumna of Long Island University with a bachelor's degree in nursing, followed by a master's degree in health services administration from Georgetown University. Her doctoral journey culminated in a doctorate in human letters from Voorhees College, recognizing her contribution to the field of nursing and humanity. Dr. Vivens' leadership and dedication to healthcare were honored with the District of Columbia Healthcare Association Leadership Award in 2007, celebrating her 2 decades of influential impact. Transitioning to a new chapter, Dr. Vivens has curated a legacy of wisdom as a prolific speaker and author. Her voice resonates within the halls of academia and conferences, imparting knowledge gleaned from her illustrious career. Her literary contributions, featured in numerous healthcare publications, further her vision for a more informed and effective industry. Her literary accomplishments include A Revolution, walking backwards into the footsteps of Saint Solanges, a gripping exploration of historical and spiritual ties across ages, the highly acclaimed Girls Can Move Mountains, Rewriting the Rules of Female Entrepreneurship, a memoir that distills her life's rules into motivational mantras for budding entrepreneurs. Her new book, Educated Girl, Empowered Woman, continues the telling of her life story. Beyond her personal achievements, Dr. Vivens enriches lives through the Centre d'Etudes Classiques de Meyer Fund. She'll pronounce it when she gets up there. USA. A 501c3 organization fostering education and support for Haitian children since 2005. Her entrepreneurial spirit blazes new trails with Vivens Media Group,
delivering a spectrum of engaging multimedia content. Residing in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, Dr. Vivens balances the roles of a mother, grandmother, and mentor. She revels in the joy of reading, writing, and ceaseless adventure of travel. Her belief in moving mountains encapsulates her approach to life and professional aspirations. Dr. Vivens draws on turtles for inspiration. Some of her favorite quotes to be like the turtle at ease in your own shell. Try to be like the turtle at ease in your own shell. Behold the turtle, he only makes progress when he sticks his neck out. Like a turtle, never discourage anyone who continually makes progress, no matter how slow. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Dr. Solanges.
Hello, everyone. That's such a big introduction. I am not sure I have anything else to say. So, I have a big mouth. I don't think I need the mic. You think I need the mic? Yes. Is this one working? Yes. All right. I learned to listen. So there was a discussion about men and women. And I promise you I'm going to stay away from that. Because I am a 77-year-old single woman. I don't want to talk about men. I had a great life. And I love men. However, I love to talk to women. When I came to America,
77.
the boardroom belonged to white men.
Wow.
I was asked to speak about women and girl empowerment. So that's what my topic is all about. So fasten your seatbelt. So thank you to Finiana and Spice Island for organizing such a great forum for us to celebrate Women's History Month. That's what we are here for. Thank you for gracing us with the presence of such a magnificent panel. So let's give them another round of applause. You all get so excited.
Yes.
Thank God there was a man in the house.
A few men.
Finally, a big thank you for allowing me to be a speaker and participate in this great celebration of Women's History Month. Now, I don't know how many of you here have met me previously, read my books, or heard me speak. If you have, you might hear something a second or a third time because I recycle.
Very powerful woman, guys.
Whatever you heard today, I pray that it finally
thank you, darling.
resonates
Appreciate
with
it.
you. Or you might be like someone who just said to me when I walked in, I came because I see that you were speaking today.
Wow.
For that, I thank you and I'm grateful.
Yes.
From reading my memoir, which is now 2 volumes, I'll tell you a quick story. I wrote Girls Can Move Mountains. I was invited to go to France to present my book to a group of movie producers at the Cannes Film Festival. And I was at my house, I got a phone call, and this person teaches script writing at NYU in New York. And the man said to me, I am Dr. Bordash, and I have 2 hours in Fort Lauderdale. Can we have lunch? Dr. Bordash. I said, sure, why don't you come to my house? So I quickly called my brother. My brother went to Buio, pick up some Italian food. I had a bottle of wine, red wine. We sit outside by the pool outside of my house. And I met him at the door, and he walked in, he opened both of his arms, and he said, and the movie will start here, and we'll finish it in Haiti. I said, great, that's good, all that is good stuff. So we talked, and he said to me, your husband, the book ended when your husband died.
Wow.
He said, you need to write another book, because you are still living, and you need to read
Yes.
the end of the story.
Yes.
So I end up writing a second volume of my book.
Wow.
So the first one, Girls Can Move Mountains, rewriting the rules of female entrepreneurship, because in order for me to make it in Washington, D.C., I have to write my own rules. So I rewrite the rules.
Yes.
And I made it in Washington, D.C.
Yes. Awesome.
So I wrote the second book. The first one take you from Haiti, when I was a kid, to me finish school and built a multi-million-dollar business in healthcare in Washington,
Wow.
D.C.
With 800 employees.
Woo! Awesome.
And then I wrote the second book, and the second book started at my husband's bedside, dying at Sibley Memorial Hospital in Washington, D.C. I turned 55. My husband did not know it was my birthday.
My
And he died 2 days after my birthday.
My God.
So that's how I entered my senior years in life. But it was okay, because I met a guy. For those of you who can't meet a man, I have a way of meeting good ones. I had a great husband, and then from Barbados, British,
Wow.
straight, quiet. But when he met me, he looked at me and said, you have a lot of potentials, and I'm going to make sure that you meet all your potentials. And this man was a good man. That was my Bajan man, a Haitian for Bajan. And then he died on me. But remember what happened. She's a comedian and I'm a comedian too. So he died on me young. Unfortunately, he did not get to enjoy the fruits of his labor. I was his labor. I enjoyed the fruits by
Amen.
myself. And then I got an American guy. Since you've been talking about men, I'm leaving my speech to just talk to you.
We need
I
it.
met this black American guy who, and that's in the second book, that's my second life. You know, I had the first one, and now that's the second one. I met this guy, top 100 lawyers, black lawyers
Wow.
in Washington, D.C., tall, dark, and handsome, just like my husband, crazy as I am, and we decided to have big fun. And we had big fun for 13 years.
Wow.
So I was with my husband for 30, I was with this guy for 13, and he made a mistake. And it's the mistake that caused us not to be together right now.
Oh my
We
God.
miss each other, but we were having a discussion as to where the relationship was going. Because I was in the middle of selling my business, and I had no child. I wanted to spread my wings, and he wanted me to move with him. And I said, no, I'm not moving with you. Now you're talking about men-women relationship, and he made a mistake.
Relationships.
And the mistake he made is that he said, I am the man, you're supposed to be the one moving with me.
You hear? Story
And
time.
that was the nail in the coffin.
Story time. Story.
That was the nail in the coffin. He gave me my house key, and then he left, and I said, brother, you will never see this key again. And the joke is, a Haitian man who was the Attorney General for Washington, D.C., good friend of mine, and Carl invited me to lunch. Carl said, you will not believe this. I said, what happened? He said, someone walked to my office and said, do you want to know how stupid so-and-so is? And he said, I said, how stupid is he? He let this woman slip out of his fingers. But I miss him as well. I missed him and he missed me. But those words, ladies, I am the man, you should be the one moving with me. That's domineering. So that stopped the relationship. So when you talk about men and women, it's both ways. It is not singular. So, let me see where I can pick up what I have prepared.
Part
So
three.
I wrote 2 books, and I wrote the books in the hope that they will assist the younger generation of girls and young
Story
adults
time.
in finding their way. Remember that little girl, 11 years old, was talking to me when she was talking about what young people are going through. And that's my mission. That's my mission right now, to help them. I am now learning from men who have read my books that they are learning as much as the women when they read my books. Guys are telling me how much they enjoy the book. The books are
Doing
written
all right?
with the intent of teaching using a life story. It's a story, but when you read it, you see yourself in it.
Yes. Outside, make
It's
a right.
story
Before you
that
go
is
outside,
meant
make a right.
to
Yes.
inspire and motivate. Period. That's the reason I wrote the books. I want the books to be used as a guiding light and a mirror to see oneself. I am not singular. There are hundreds of these Solanges books for ministry. As you read my books or listen to me speak at an event, you will see that I put it all out there. See, I just told you a deep story. I just put it out there, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Because life is not all good. Life is not all ugly. I want them to set themselves loose into a deeper, sweeter, stronger, and more powerful part of themselves. This is when I talk to young people. I want them to get into what I call an imaginary moment where they experience rightness. What does that mean? Experiencing rightness. Do you ever feel that it was just right? Whatever it is that you did, even in retrospect, you probably looked at it and feel good about that decision. When you have a decision to make, you only have 2 choices. You make the decision yourself or someone else make it for you. Only 2 things that can happen. When you make the decision yourself, you are in control of what's going on. When you allow, A-double-L-O-W, when you allow someone else, like a bomb meditating, okay, you have to work at somebody's home. So I went to work at these people's home, and it was the best thing that could ever happen to me. I give them credit for where I am today. Why? Because I knew when I left home. I knew how I came to America. And I learned at their home the haves and the have-not. Tyler Perry didn't teach me the have and the have-not. I knew the have and the have-not long before Tyler Perry was born. Okay? It was huge. For the first time in my life, in my own bathroom, my own bedroom. Oh my God, the kids' bedroom opened. My room opened to the kids' bedroom, and that became my living room. And the TV was so big. So I was a princess. You see, I learned the haves and the have-not. So I got my green card. Back then, for you to get your green card, you have to go back to your home country for what they used to call the interview. Okay? So I went to Haiti, got my interview, came back with my green card, and someone very, very close to me said to me that you like to be a maid. That's why you went back to the city. That's what somebody very, very close to me looked at me and said, the reason after I had my green card, I went back to the Silverman. It's because I love to be a maid. It was the best decision that I have made in my life. That is a moment of rightness. Because if I had gone back to living at my sister, I would go back to working in the same factory where I used to work. I would have never been where I am today. That's a moment of rightness. When you can look back and say, that was the best decision that I had made. We all need to feel that moment because we all have made those decisions. Right?
Keynote
We've
speaker,
made those
please
decisions.
purchase a
But
book.
look back and be proud. So rightness is a moment where you can stand in front of yourself and feel proud, powerful, moved, grateful for every step that has made you and remade you into the woman or the man that you are today. That's a moment of rightness. Michelle Obama called her memoir Becoming. We all become who we are.
Yes.
Knowing who we are is very important. As such, when others give us labels, what do they call us women? Aggressive, right? That's how they label us. Or they just call us names. If we are secure, we will be so secure and so sure as to who we are, their behavior will not affect you. You can call me aggressive as much as you want, but I know that I am an assertive woman.
Amen.
By knowing who we are, we will never allow anyone or anything to spoil our joy, our life, our success, or our future. If you have had the privilege of hearing one or more of my many presentations, you most likely would have heard me say, you ready? And it is worth repeating every time, that every one of us comes into the world the same way, but not all of us are born into the same world. The Silverman world was not my world, right? But we're all born in one world. We are all born naked from a woman. I don't know for you, but I have never seen a pregnant man yet. So we are all born naked from a woman and fully dependent on others for our survival. Now, granted, we may not have a choice as to where or how our lives begin. We are, however, responsible for how we spend the rest of the time that we are given. When I came to America at 18, 19 years old, I became a woman, and it was my responsibility to trace the road that I would travel. Every one of us.
All right. Awesome.
Because we are celebrating Women History Month, I must emphasize that whatever we do today becomes our past. Hence, our history, whatever we do today. We live the biography that will be written about us someday. We live it every day. We are living it right now. This is part of your history sitting here. So ladies, get in the habit of looking at where you come from,
Yes.
where you are today, and where the person who is looking at you in the mirror wants to be tomorrow. The person that is looking at you in the mirror, talk to that person and have a discussion about where you want to be tomorrow. As the great Ernest Hemingway so frequently said, and I quote, "Today is the only day in all the days that will ever be. Today is the only day in all the days that will ever be. But what happened in the other days will depend on what you do today.
Yes.
I'm going to give you a little quick examples. I was appointed by the mayor to be on the board that licensed people to become nursing home administrators in Washington, D.C. You have to pass a national exam, then you pass the state exam, and then you have to come in front of the board for an interview. And this young woman from Guyana came for the interview. It was a white man, a doctor, who was the chairman of the board. I became chairman after him, but he was chairman. I was a member of the board. And there was a major discussion, and the discussion was going the way not to license this young woman.
Wow.
She passed the national, she passed the state. You know why? Because when she was 14 years old, she was arrested for shoplifting.
Wow.
14 years old. 14, what do we know at 14? And it turned out it was her friend who did the shoplifting, but she was with the friend and they arrested both of them. Hence her record. What you do today will follow you. And I have a way when I'm in a board meeting, I keep quiet, especially when it's not going my way. I did not take part in the discussion, and just about when they're getting ready to vote, I put my hands up and I said, I would like to speak. And I stood up and I bummed them all.
Yes.
I bummed them all.
Amen.
And we end up licensed this young woman, and then I turned around and I hired her.
Woo!
Whatever we do, it follows us,
Yes.
unfortunately. So for me to reach my goals, I have to, just like a turtle, stick my neck out, take calculated risk, and not allow myself to be paralyzed by fear, other people's insecurity, or the naysayers. Young people, there are tons of naysayers outside.
Yes.
Do not allow them to stop you. My education is the #1 criterion for my success. I truly believe that education plays a major role in the pursuit of professional growth and is a pillar on the road to success. As a young French-speaking, Haitian, Caribbean descent, a young adult who arrived in the United States of America, not speaking a word of English, and had to work very hard at educating myself. I didn't have the mother, the father, nobody to pay for me to go to school. Take it from me, guys. I am aware of educational deficit and its effects on the future standing in our culture and in our society.
Okay.
It is the difference from me working in stinky, and they used to smell, in stinky factories, sewing skirts, sewing zippers on suitcases, as an illegal alien, to being educated at the postgraduate level and owning a multi-million-dollar business with 800 employees.
Oh, yes.
It is a difference.
Difference.
If I had gone back to my sister's house sleeping on the sofa, I would never be where I am.
Amen.
That's the reason why I value education.
Yes.
When I went back to the Silverman, I went back because I knew exactly what I wanted was to go to school.
Yes.
And those white people put me in their cars and they drove me to my nursing school, to the door. Just like they were driving their kids. To the students in this room, I want you to understand the value of formal education. Very important. In my practice as a counselor to young men and women, I emphasize education as an essential component of growth and development towards success. Education does not necessarily mean that everyone needs to be educated at a graduate level. I don't care if you're a painter, be the best painter in the world. However, it means being prepared for whatever opportunity presents itself. Very important. Knowledge is power, and without an education, one faces certain challenges and obstacles that can become barriers to success, where you can be denied a position. I've seen it so many times in healthcare. So many times. They use every opportunity not to give you the promotion. Happened to me at Mount Sinai Hospital.
Talk about it.
However, being prepared is very important. Now, I create my own formula for success. What is Solange Vivens' formula? My formula is preparation plus opportunity and a little bit of luck. You got to add that little bit of luck.
Yes.
Okay? So you can have the opportunity. You can be lucky to have been at the right place and at the right time. If only you were academically prepared, the position could have been yours. And they rub it in your face all the time.
All the time.
Failure to prepare is preparing to fail. No matter what you're doing, you're moving from an apartment to another apartment, you're moving from a house to another house, you prepare, you get boxes, you get labels, you do everything to prepare. Why don't you prepare for life? Life requires preparation as well.
Amen.
So if you want to achieve, you have to work hard. Hard work is not a prerequisite to dying. Did you get it? Hard work is not a prerequisite to dying. If it was, I would have died a long time ago. You must be willing and prepared to make the necessary sacrifices. I have one child, and today I regret that. But it's too late. I'm 77. Even if I find the right man, I can have another one. But
Yes,
I knew for
Very
me to reach where I wanted to reach, I couldn't be like my mom who had 9 children. So I have one. Those are sacrifices that we make for whatever reason. You must be willing and prepared to make those sacrifices. Our life, guys, is a theater. And we are the actresses.
Yes, we are.
We act in our own show.
Yes.
We play a very important role in defining who we are. You define who you are. You don't need a man to define who you are. So, we play a very important role in defining who we are, who we allow, A-double-L-O-W, I love that word, who we allow in our theater should be up to us. Who we allow in our theater is up to us. Not to your father, not to your mom, not to anybody. It's your theater. You play the role. You are the actress. It's your life. But what is even more important is where we sit people in our theater. You don't allow people to walk into your theater and pick a seat. You sit them. You sit them where you want them to be.
Yes.
I have a niece, and we are very close. Sometimes she said, or something happened, she said, I wonder where I am now in your theater. she always wants to know, am I in the nosebleed or am I in orchestra? You see people in your theater. It's your theater. One of my sisters had a function recently and she didn't invite me. And I said, oh, I heard you had something. She said, what's the point to invite you? You're not showing up anyway. But that's okay. Now you make a decision for me where I go and where I don't go. But I decide where I want to be, where I want to go, at what time. It's my decision. And guys, you better take control and understand it's you. And don't worry, if they think you selfish, say, so what? I'm in love with Solange Vivens. Be in love with who you are. Be in love with you. Look in the mirror. Talk to you. And you will be surprised how happy you are.
Yes.
And ladies, this is what women empowerment is all about. It has nothing to do with how much money you are making. Zero. What title you have. It has to do with who you are. The person in front of the mirror that's looking at you, just make sure that this person is a happy person.
Yes.
So you see, to become an empowered person of today, you need to love who you are at every step of your journey. You need to make you happy and not depend on others to make you happy. You need to focus on your goals and never allow anyone or anything to deter you. The most important one is to never allow, you're going to hear me word that word allow, I love that word allow so much, because I don't allow anybody to make me do anything. If someone even does something, you know she means it. So the most important one is to never allow anyone to spoil your joy and write your narrative for you. Don't let people write your narrative for you. Write it yourself. Because you might not like what they wrote. You need to focus on your goals. Very important. Play the role. Too many people are outside ready to write it for you. You didn't even invite them. And it is true. Write it yourself. Don't allow it. Take charge at seating people in your theater. In closing, I'm leaving you with an assignment. You ready? You have to go to school? My nephew has been working with me for the past 5 years, and he was talking with me the other day. He said, I have been at the Solange Vivens University for the past 5 years. Because he said every time I open my mouth, he learns something. Starting today, I want you to start writing your memoir. That's your assignment. Start writing your memoir. I don't mean getting pen and paper right now. Because if you do, it's not a memoir. Life is lived prospectively, but understood retrospectively.
Yes.
We live life every day. Right now we know we're here. That's all we know. The only person who knows all the secrets is God.
Yes.
We don't know the secrets. We know we're here. That much we know. But we know which car we came in. We know what we did yesterday. So life is lived. Remember that. Life is lived prospectively, but understood retrospectively.
Wow.
So,
Very
when
important.
I ask you to write your memoir, I'm not asking you to get a pen and a pencil, because memoir is written backward.
Wow.
What I mean is that I want you to live your life the way you will write about it yourself, knowing that you have lived it the way you dare yourself to live it. The way you dare yourself to live it. Nobody else. Okay?
Yes.
At the end of the day, live life to the fullest. The best you can at all times. And
Amen.
always dare yourself to be the best version of yourself that you can ever be. And when the day has ended, dare to feel as if you've done your best. Dare to be the best you can at all times. Just dare to be. Thank you.
Hallelujah. Woo! Wow, what a powerful speech that was from a powerful entrepreneur, philanthropist.
What you are on
Dr.
this stage,
Solange.
Dr. Vivens, I want
Yes.
to thank you. Every time Dr.
Amen.
Vivens comes here, she blows the crowd away, and
Woo!
this is the response we get.
Yes,
Finiana
hallelujah.
introduced Dr. Vivens to Island Space 3 years ago. It was Finiana's birthday, I won't say which one, but she don't look like it. And Dr. Vivens was a part of the group that she brought to the museum.
Wow.
And Dr. Vivens saw a need at the museum.
Yes.
She said, "Why I couldn't find this place? Why can't I find this place? You're not marketing it well. Why the sign is not here?" And I said, "Well, we can't afford a sign." And she said, "Well, I'm going to pay for it."
Wow.
And I won't tell you how much it was, but clearly we moved, so we didn't get the sign on the outside. But the signage that you see, that beautiful mural on the wall, and the sign that you see out there was sponsored by Dr. Vivens. Those 3 years ago.
Bless you, doctor.
Since that time, she has been mentoring me personally, so when she talks about hard work and things, I know what that's all about. Keeping this place open is a labor of love. It is, we're not funded by the state or the library system or what have you. We have to write grants and do the work in the community to get the support that we need. So Dr. Vivens is a great advocate of ours. We're going to ask you not to leave. There's a young lady coming up to do a presentation, and then there is food.
Woo!
So I'll tell you a little bit more about it after, but there is Finiana does these events. You heard about the rum cake festival. You can sit. You heard about the rum cake festival. Finiana is going to do a patty festival as well, right? So all the patties from the region.
Wow.
So you're getting a preview of that this afternoon. So I'm going to ask you not to leave. But one more time, you don't have to stand up, but please give Dr. Vivens another round of applause. And of course,
love you, doctor.
Oh, sorry. Thank you, darling. I have 2 books. Girls Can Move Mountains and Educated Girl Empowered Women. They are $20 a piece, but today I'm giving them to you $15 each. 15.
Woo!
So you get
2 for 30. Nice.
And you can grab them at the table at the back here. Of course she's going to sign them.
I'd like a volunteer from the audience to open the keepsake that you each got. Would be a volunteer from the audience to read it, and there's a reason why I want to do this. Any volunteer who would like to read it?
Let's give it to the men.
Okay.
I like men.
Oh yeah.
Put him to work. Yes. Oh my God.
The piece of paper right there, the white one. What does it say? The instruction?
Gardening instruction.
Yeah. Oh.
Okay. She's gonna kill me. I didn't wear my glasses. The handmade purple turtle is embedded with honor and personal wildflower needs. Sorry, no glasses. Soak the paper in water overnight. It's more light. Cover with a thin layer of soil and keep evenly moist until are established. Trust me, I have mics like don't worry. Sprouts will appear in a week or 2. Wildflower, low in maintenance and high in beauty. They are free, they are wild, they are strong. That one I can read very well down here. May your life be like a wildfire growing freely and the beauty and joy of each day.
Wow, beautiful.
So what you have in your keepsake is
awesome.
This is actually seeds. It's shaped in the form of a turtle, but it's actually seeds. So what you'll do is you'll put it in water,
Water.
and then you'll have a whole bouquet of flowers
Woo!
for each and every one of you.
That is beautiful. Awesome, awesome.
All right, and now we're gonna introduce our final presenter of the afternoon, Kamari Colbert or Colbert. Kamari, are you here?
And while she comes up, the menu today is from, we have, in the Caribbean,
part
most of
three
us
is
make a
coming
version
up.
of pate pie. We call it different things, but in the end, they're typically some type of dough with a stuffing inside that's different. So today we have from Haiti, we have from Trinidad and Tobago, and we have from Guyana. So we can visually see and taste the different ways in how we make pate in the Caribbean.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, you've seen, or ladies and gentlemen,